What's up you guys, I'm Dan, this is Frugal Not Cheap, and today we'll talk about why I didn't buy my Tesla from Tesla. Last year in late February, I bought a used 2017 Model S with a 75 kilowatt hour battery pack and rear-wheel drive. And at that time, I made a conscious choice not to buy the car directly through Tesla. Now, of course, one reason is that the inventory I was seeing on the Tesla site was more expensive than what I was able to find elsewhere. But on top of that, I had many reasons to believe that the buying experience would not be very good buying used through Tesla compared to what I would find elsewhere. And I continue to believe that that is the case. One of the big reasons why, and I think you'll also find this quite strange, is that when you go to Tesla's site to buy used inventory, there are absolutely no pictures of the cars that are available for sale. So you can see here we're looking at recent inventory, well, as of this filming, recent inventory for some Model S's sorted by price. And if we click on the cheapest Model S for sale, which is a black 2017 Model S dual motor with 75 kilowatt hour battery, as we scroll along, looking at the different pictures, all we would see would be different views of this sort of graphic representation of the car. So there are absolutely zero photos of what the car would look like before you buy a $53,500 car. So I think that's pretty ridiculous. Tesla did in the past outsource the process of taking the photos to a different company. They took the photos and then they uploaded them to the site. But this was pretty problematic even then because, well, they often didn't clean or take very good care of the cars before they took the photos. Really, this is another place where, Tesla does a lot of things great. And I think really that's going to be my point with this video, is there are a lot of things that Tesla does really great. And a lot of those things are sort of the really, really core central things, like about the vehicle, about the really important bits of software maybe, things like that. There are a lot of things that they do well, but there are a lot of things that they really kind of do for lack of a better word, half-assed. They're just not nearly as good as they should be, not nearly to the level of polish that a company with its market cap should be performing at. And one of those things is this used car buying experience. So not having the photographs, and when they did have the photographs, having some pretty shoddy photographs is not good at all. I'd also read on the forums from other people that had bought used cars from Tesla, just that the experience was not very good. The whole process of going from, trying to buy the car till finally having it delivered, every step of the way. I was just reading bad experiences on Reddit from other people that were doing it, and I didn't want to have to deal with that. Well, that's two things. One's the photographs, then the next is also the overall buying experience. In general, Tesla likes to skimp on airtime of their employees with customers on the phone. So for instance, with service, it's very hard to get a technician on the phone. Most it's done through the app, and a lot of times they ignore your message until, whenever they feel like replying. In general, having really good sort of on-demand customer service, the way that I'm used to with other makes, is not the case with Tesla. So this is an important point to know, and something that I think they also really need to work on. In fact, I may do a future video just on the service experience alone and how they could improve that. And a little bit of history about it as well. Anyway, so those are two big factors. The third one is that most of the features that come with a Tesla car are generally tied to the vehicle. So what I mean by that is the car that I bought, for instance, had enhanced autopilot. And I knew that that was going to be on the car because I was buying the car from a third party. So all of the things that came with the car that were sold to the original owner were then transferred to me because they came along with the car because they never went back to Tesla first. So I got that enhanced autopilot. The other thing I got was a free lifetime premium connectivity. Now, if we look here at the cars that are on Tesla's website, some of them have FSD, some of them don't, and you can get the FSD as an add-on, of course, for the cars that are equipped for it and don't have it. However, and here's the key point, when the car was returned to Tesla, Tesla then had the option of removing things like FSD and the premium connectivity. So you'll see all the used Teslas that are on there now, they all have only a 30-day trial of the premium connectivity. And again, some have FSD and some don't. And those that do have FSD have the premium for FSD fully priced in. By contrast, with my car buying experience, well, there were some cars that had FSD priced in, some that have enhanced autopilot priced in, but frankly, because a lot of the sellers, third-party sellers, don't really understand Tesla, the trim levels, and all that well, and also probably because the market doesn't value FSD at the same value that Tesla is pricing it for, then you could find actually some better bargains on these enhanced software features out there, and I believe that that was the case with the car that I bought, which was significantly cheaper. I bought it with just over 60,000 miles, $1,000 early in the first quarter of last year. You'd be hard pressed to find that now because, of course, used car prices have skyrocketed. So yeah, let's talk a little bit more about the alternative car buying experience. So where I began my search was at Carvana, and as we can see here, we can find a Model S on Carvana. Not very cheap. This one's $61,000, but immediately we can see that there are a bunch of photographs from this particular vehicle itself. They even have this kind of sort of 3D interior tour where when you click on a particular aspect of the vehicle, then it shows you photographs of that aspect. Here we can see the navigation. So already that's a big leg up over what we're seeing over at Tesla. Now my car buying experience was elevated perhaps even more just because of the guy that I was dealing with. So I found the car listed on Carvana, but it was actually a car being sold by South Shore Auto Brokers, which online is Nice Cars of Long Island. I'll put a link in the description below. I worked with a guy named Richie. He's the owner. He'd been selling cars on eBay for a long time, so he was no stranger at all to the online car selling experience. And one of the big benefits was we really didn't haggle at all. So I'll take a quick detour here and say one of the great things about Tesla, both their used and their new car buying sales experience, is that there is no haggling at all about the price. If you've ever been to a car dealer to buy a car, you know that that's really a nightmare. It's not something that I personally look forward to anyway. With Tesla, it's just a few taps, on your phone or on a website, get the financing, and you're good to go. So that part is great with Tesla. What's not great is if you have any issues with the car that's been delivered to you and trying to get that fixed, or again, if you've got to do service later on, like it was in my case, just trying to get someone on the phone, it's not as easy as it is with other companies. Anyway, with Richie at South Shore Auto Brokers, communication was incredibly quick. He was texting me back and forth all the time, walking me through the entire process of buying the vehicle. He even took extra photographs after the car was detailed and sent them over so I could see exactly the state the vehicle was in before it came, and he pointed out any minor cosmetic defects so that I wouldn't be surprised when they arrived. And all of them were, again, pretty minor and something I was perfectly okay with. On top of that, and this is something that I don't think I could have done with Tesla, we negotiated for him to buy my car just over the phone, sight unseen. So I was buying his car sight unseen, just seeing the photographs. I had a CarMax estimate for my car. Probably could have gotten more selling private party, but I just, this transaction was complicated enough and I just wanted to get it done. And so he was willing actually to buy my car sight unseen and then just net the price off of what I would owe him for the Model S. So we did that. It was a really quick, painless experience. Really an awesome process overall with Richie at South Shore Auto Brokers. Not sponsored. I just feel like, the guy was good. I should say some good things about him while I have the opportunity. So that's my take on buying a used car from Tesla versus buying from, a third party. I will say there is a little bit of a procedure that you have to undergo, and someone had asked me about this in the comments actually. So here it is, and thanks for asking that. Is that, again, I mentioned all of the features that were sold along with the car, those transfer over because they don't go back to Tesla. If the car were sold back to Tesla, then the opportunity to strip, the FSD or enhanced autopilot or the premium connectivity before they sell it on to another customer. But because it's straight from, this party to the new party, then all you do is you send in some documentation proving that you own the vehicle to Tesla. I just did this on my account online. I had to create a Tesla account, and I just submitted, I think, I don't know, it was my driver's license and the title and registration or something like that. Pretty straightforward process. It didn't take very long. Ownership was reassigned to me, and then, installed the app and got going, and I was good to go. So all that part was pretty painless. One thing that's weird though, and you should know this actually, Another area where it's weird dealing with Tesla is I tried to get the service history for the vehicle, and that was not available. I would have had to get it from whoever sold the car to Richie. So, you know, a lot of steps removed and wasn't worth the trouble. But yeah, so I don't have the service history on my car, and they won't give it to me. So I think that's kind of weird too, but I don't know, privacy or whatever, I guess. Is that common? I don't know, you tell me. So at the end of the day, I'm very happy with my decision to buy my Tesla, not from Tesla. Maybe one day I'd buy a new one from them, but probably not. This is frugal, not cheap. As we all know, I would much rather buy a highly depreciated car, as I was able to do with this car. And I am very happy with it, by the way. We are coming up pretty close here to the 1-year mark of ownership for me with the vehicle. And so at that time, I will do, in the coming weeks, I will be doing an updated sort of 1-year review of kind of looking back and seeing what I think now about this purchase and about this vehicle. So look forward to that. In the meantime, if you enjoyed today's video, do please hit the like button and consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.